Hello and welcome to the San Diego Unified Office Skills Training video series, Tips and Tricks. Today we're going to be working with Microsoft Excel, and we're going to show you a way to save yourself a lot of time when you're typing in names of schools. This was requested of me at the end of one of our trainings not too long ago, and the question was, hey Mr. J, I am so tired of writing out all these school names. Some of them are really long, like Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool. Every time I have to write that out, it just takes a lot of time. There's got to be a faster way to do this, some kind of a way where I can put in a couple of letters and it magically appears and it's all capitalized and as a proper name and all of that. So is there a way we could do that? And so we poked around a little bit and we found a way to do it. So in this video, we are going to learn how to use AutoCorrect, the AutoCorrect feature, I should say, to make things happen very quickly in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to open up in my advanced Microsoft Excel class, my Mr. J's advanced Excel exercises that we use in our advanced class. And here we have a pretend school. This is a worksheet within this rather large workbook with all kinds of different tabs down here. And we can see we have all kinds of different columns of information with our pretend students and our pretend schools. And over here on the right, we see that we have the last school name, the different schools that these different little kiddos had gone to. And we see that we have Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool. I see Carson Elementary, Lafayette Elementary, and then there's a few others if I were to scroll way down there. And so the way that you can do this easily to save yourself a lot of time is actually quite simple. And so all we need to do to set this up in Microsoft Excel is go to the backstage view, and we get there by clicking on the File tab, and then we go down to the bottom where it says Options. And then the Excel Options dialog box opens up with all kinds of categories. And if you haven't seen it already, we have some videos on how to customize the ribbon and also the quick access toolbar. That's where we do all of that. But for today, we're actually going to go to the Proofing tab. And the one that we're going to select here is AutoCorrect Options. But before I click on that to go in, I just want to point out a couple of things. So if you ever wondered why the spell check doesn't actually check the uppercase spelled words and it doesn't tell you if it's spelled wrong, well, it's because that box right there is checked. So if you want it to be able to spell check uppercase, make sure that you have that deselected. And then you see some other things down here regarding spell check. So it's a good idea to come back here and kind of see what all the options are in a lot of these different areas and learn a little bit more about how Excel is set up and see what the options are of how you can change things. But for our purposes, we're going to go to Proofing and we're going to go to AutoCorrect. All right, so here we have the first tab, AutoCorrect, and that's where we want to be. And if you ever notice when you're typing out real fast and you accidentally type 2 capital letters, that it actually corrects it for you, it's because that box is checked. How about if you're writing out a sentence, even in Excel, and all of a sudden you don't use an uppercase letter to start the sentence? It will automatically do it after you get to the end of the sentence because that is checked right there. And so there's some things that are here by default that are checked. If you want to change the way that works, you can make some choices here. And so here's some cool things that are down here. If you ever have to do a copyright symbol, all you need is an open parenthesis, the letter C, and a closed parenthesis. And when you hit enter, it makes this cool little copyright symbol with the circle around it. If you want to make the symbol for a euro, that's how you do it, with an E in the middle. If you want to do registered, you put the R in the middle. And then this one's kind of cool, this little superscript TM for trademark that you put on the end of something. You can simply do open parenthesis, TM, close parenthesis, hit enter, and you get the TM. And so there's just a bunch of things that are in here. If you look, if you accidentally are typing the word about and you put 2 B's in it, it will automatically fix it to that. If you've ever wondered how that works, it's all in here, and there's thousands of them that are in here. So let's go ahead and do the very first one, probably the most common. So what I want to do now is every time that I type in SDUSD, all right, and I hit enter, I want the AutoCorrect to do this. San Diego Unified School District. All right. So now that I've typed that in, the autocorrect, anytime I do SDUSD, it's going to automatically say San Diego Unified School District. So let's go give it a try. I now have it in there. It's now part of this whole system here. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay. I'm going to go ahead and click and get out of here. And for some reason, I needed to put that right here. I could just say SDUSD. And as soon as I hit enter, voila, it's written out the entire one. So that's pretty cool. So let's go back and let's find a few more, or make a few more, I should say. So again, to get there to the autocorrect feature, we just go to the backstage view by clicking on the File tab, go down to Options. In the Excel Options dialog box, we go down to Proofing. We go over to AutoCorrect, and then we start typing in a few more. So in the case of Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool, we got to figure out what kind of a shortened version of that we want, an acronym, if you will. So I'm just going to do just what it sounds like, LVESP. So that's Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool. And then I'm going to write it out right here. So always just double check and make sure when you're writing it that you write it out correctly. So Linda Vista Elementary, that is quite a long one. I could understand why this person wanted to have a quick way to do it. So there it is. Just make sure before you hit add that you've got it correct. So LVESP is going to be Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool. You bet. Let's go ahead and add that. And since we're at it, let's try a couple of more. I'm going to do the next one here. I'm going to do, how about Lafayette Elementary? So I'm going to do LAF. And that's going to end up being Lafayette Elementary School. So let me make sure I spell it right. Nope, Lafayette Elementary. We'll just go with that. All right, so LAF is going to be Lafayette Elementary. How about another one? How about the school that I started at as a little kiddo back in the late 60s? How about Sequoia Elementary? So I'm just going to do SEQ, and you just got to figure out what makes the most sense. And now I'm just going to do a little cheating here. And let me just go back one more, and I'm just going to type out Sequoia. All right, Sequoia Elementary. So now I'm going to add that one. And let's see, how about another one just for fun? Let's do Carson Elementary. So how about we just do CAR for Carson. And then I'll just come over here and select that. For some reason I'm not selecting the whole thing. Let's try that again. All right, Carson Elementary, and we say add. And just for fun, what I'm going to do is, first I got to get out of here, say okay, all of that. I'm on this tab right now. I'm going to make another tab just so we have a clean sheet to work with. And I'm going to zoom in and make this a little bit bigger so it's a little bit easier to see. So if I'm over here, and as we did before, I'm just going to do SDUSD, and I hit enter, and bam, suddenly it's long like that. Let's go ahead and just make this a little bit easier to see. All right, so now I'm down here, and I'm going to type in the next one. How about Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool? Once you've done this a few times, it'll kind of fly out, just like SDUSD. But there it is. I hit enter, and if I did it right, then I get the whole word, or the whole name there comes out all the way. Then we do CAR, hit enter. There's Carson. LAF, there it is. I do enter, and then Sequoia was S. Oh look, it's already anticipating. Oh, is that what you want, Mr. J? You want San Diego Unified? No, actually I want this one, and I'm going to hit enter, and there's Sequoia. So again, as many times as you need to do this, LVES. P, enter, boom. It saves you so much time. And if for some reason you're only dealing with a finite number of schools, we have 270 something schools in the district. And if you're only dealing with 10 or 20 and only one of them starts with an L, you could just do LIN and know that it's going to spell out all that. I went ahead and did the acronym LVESP just in case there was other schools that had something similar to make it stand out. But I could simply just do LIN if I want. as long as it's not already taken up. So hopefully that'll save you a whole bunch of time. And as you're typing along, you could just, start doing that. Oops, let me get my fingers in the right position. SDUSD, bam. I love doing that. And by the way, just so you know, since Microsoft Office, what you learn in one software program, it helps you understand better how to use another one. We're in Excel, but if we were in Word, guess what? We could go back here to the Backstage view by hitting the File button, go to Options, and it would say Word Options instead of Excel Options, but it also has proofing there. And we can go to AutoCorrect and we can set up the exact same thing. So there you go. I'm hopeful that's helpful to you. Thank you so much for coming to learn with us today. We hope you will pass the word, spread the word about these trainings that we have available to you, and certainly all these training tips and tricks videos that are available to you. And if you'd like to sign up for any of our Excel classes or Microsoft Word classes or any of our Google Office apps, such as Form, Sheets, Slides, Docs, or Drive, all you got to do is go to the staff portal, to the IT department, click on the IT training calendar link, and there you will find not only all of my Google and Microsoft classes, but you'll also find the classes of my co-trainers in PeopleSoft and in Power School. So please come join us for training. We look forward to seeing you soon in another one. Pass the word. Have a great day.